I'm back on live, baby. King Vaughn and Lil Tim tonight, y'all. Let's get it. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. Just trying to get these guys in here. Let's get them in. Let's get them in. It's been a while. It's time to grow this channel now. Do it the right way, the clean way. The North Father is in the house. Let me give a special shout out to Philly Phil. Her Cowboys really kicked my Giants behinds tonight. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? She got me hiding underneath a rock right now. I gotta give her a quick shout out. Philly Phil, I don't know how you do it. You one tough woman, man. One tough woman. We're gonna get into this here in 1 second. This King Vaughn situation and Lil Tim. Like I said, it's one hell of a situation, man. But we're gonna rock with it in a few seconds. In a few seconds, we about to come in here. We're gonna get to it. It's time to build this channel one person at a time. But what's more important is I have to build my platform. That's what I gotta build. Hard work, hard work. One day at a time. Hard work, hard work. All right. We're about ready to start off. Build it and they will come. King Vaughn, Lil Tim. What the hell happened that night in ATL? I'll tell you what happened. Hell happened out there. King Vaughn pulls up in the truck with his crew. Where Quando and them is at. King Vaughn gets out the truck. He sees Quando standing by himself. Standing all cool, like he ain't got a worry in the world. King Vaughn walks over to Quando Rondo and just started snuffing him. Boom, bam. I seen a couple of videos with King Vaughn fighting, getting into fist fights. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it looks like that young man been in some boxing gyms in his days. Because not only was he allegedly a shooter, he knew how to throw his hands. He throws his hands. Next thing you know, Lil Tim comes out of nowhere. He comes out of nowhere. Boom! Blew King Vaughn into the street. Now, Georgia is a stand your ground state. We all know what that means. That means if your life is being threatened, you have a right to stand your ground. Or if you have to, since Lil Tim has a job as Quando Rondo's security, also he's Quando Rondo's jump out man. That means he jumped out that truck and he defended his man. King Von loses his life. Lil Tim gets hit himself, allegedly by Slutty, one of King Von shooters, or even one of King Von's jump out men. Slutty loses his life as the police took his life from him. Little Timmy gets locked up. He sits up for a while. Eventually, they bails him out. But what's more important in the minds of the people who's watching this particular case slash situation closely, Lil Tim was acquitted of all charges, which caused quite an uproar for King Von's supporters. Lil Tim supporters argue that, listen, King Von killed Kate. King Von took the life of many people. So why is his supporters crying because somebody took his life? And they celebrated all on the internet. They celebrated. Lil Tim made songs in reference to King Von. Lil Tim, who was eventually, okay, people stepping in. Angie, baby, what's good, girl? Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for coming. King Von, Lil Tim rather, he makes songs in reference to King Von. So Lil Tim goes from a zero to a hero in the minds of the people from ATL. Damn, Angie. You beautiful mama, as always. So he comes and they saying, I mean, he goes from zero to a hero real quick. And he's on YouTube and his numbers just shoot sky high. His numbers is hella high. So King Von people who spent many times in Chicago, no doubt, mommy. What King Von and his people did, basically, in my eyes, and I have no disrespect for King Von. I've been following King Von since he was 16 when they had him on that A&E special. And when they talking about King Von, I'm thinking they talking about some grown man gangster from out there. And they showed this young teenager. I'm like, him? Like, oh man. But that's how long King Von been tearing it up out there. But what King Von and his people don't realize is they was destroying their own city. And when they went to somebody else's city, them people wasn't having it. They wasn't having it. The higher ups in the city of ATL is only all too happy, and it's sad. It's sad to say it too. They happy that a person like King Von is no longer in their town. And to show their appreciation, they acquitted Lil Tim of all charges. They feel like we are in a stand your ground state. If you is a security guard for some person, for somebody, and their life is threatened, you have a right to stand your ground. If you in your home and somebody busts in your home, you have a right to stand your ground. Now in New York, somebody can try to bust in my home right now. Of course, I'm gonna boom them, but I'm gonna get locked up because we don't have gun laws that benefit us here. We can't get a gun license. No doubt, no doubt, mommy. We can't get a gun license. But the best thing that'll happen for us is we'll do 6 months for the gun charge, and they'll acquit us for the M charge. If we take somebody's life, we eventually be acquitted. Because if somebody come busting in my house looking to harm me, yes, I'm gonna boom them. But when you in ATL, you have the right. You can go to the corner store basically and buy guns there. Go right to the corner store. Let me get that gun. As long as you have a clean record, you walking out that store with that gun. Give a big time shout out to my old time friend Angie Baby. Hey yo, Angie, Philly Phil Cowboys really gave it to me tonight. Ooh, they kicked the Giants' butts. I had to turn the TV off for 5 minutes left. It was like 40-0. And the Cowboys is in New York. Yo, damn shame. Damn shame. But that's what happened to King Vaughn. Now, I did the King Vaughn autopsy because that autopsy photo is a part of King Vaughn now. No matter who likes it, who don't like it. That photo, yes, that photo is a part of King Vaughn's legacy now. And to me, I'm an OG. I can look at it two ways, and I do look at it two ways in the sense. One is, it's a shame that that photo was up there. Number two is, if I was to use the flip side, let that be a lesson to people who want to live their life. When we was growing up, we was always told when you live their life, there's only two places for you, death or in jail. These days, we got guys glorify jail. Yeah, when I was in jail, 10 upper, this and that, this, I pulled out the razor and this and that, this and that. Okay, that's a part of their life. I had to really think about it because I really wanted to bash guys. I mean, people has really made careers off of YouTube talking about being in jail. And a person like me who never went to prison, I probably spent 3 days in jail for some mess, fighting, whatever like that. But I was never a jail person. Never. I spent 1 day on Rikers Island because I didn't get bailed out in time for a fight. And I'm like, I'm calling home, hurry up and get me out of here. And I was good in there. I knew people in there. My cousin was in there. He was in the kitchen. Went out in the dorm. Couple of kids from Brownsville was there. I was good, but I can't be stuck in rooms with a bunch of men. I can't afford to move when people tell me to move. I was bailed out that night, and I'm sitting there playing cards, and they call me, hey, you made bail. I said, let me finish playing cards first. He said, you going or you staying? I dropped them cards. Pew! But people have made careers out of going to prison and coming home bragging about it. And the only thing I got to say about that is it's bad for the kids. It really is bad to brag about jail because our kids is coming up. We got our kids thinking, oh, this is a fun time here. It's like a little group home, like a little campsite. So we could go in there and have fun. No, you don't. You're in prison. It changes your whole mentality. Once you do a whole lot of time, it changes your whole way of thinking forever. people come in and most of them don't come out the same. Unless you one of them booty bandits. They love going to jail because what they can't do on the outside, they could go on the inside and do it. I guess. I'm not a jail person. But I always didn't appreciate the way older guys now is trying to actually glorify prison. When I was growing up, my parents used to scare me. Oh, you go to jail, they gonna try to take you in there, try to take your butt. So I was scared. I ain't going there. Are you crazy? And there was known booty bandits that ran around Brownsville. And when you see them, you knew, oh, I ain't going to jail because I'm being there with guys like them. No, no. But nowadays, guys glorify going to jail. So King Vaughn's autopsy should be a lesson to people on why you shouldn't go that route. It really, really should. And people like Lil Tim, the city of ATL, even though they put him through what they put him through, they glorify this guy, man. They proud of this guy, man. They real happy that he got rid of what they call a problem in the city of ATL. Keep that in Chicago. That's the way they took it. Keep that mess in Chicago. People like King Vaughn and many others have made Chicago an unsafe city. One time in Brooklyn, you couldn't even take your kids outside. One time my kids playing in the park, and they just start shooting, and they chasing the guy, and the guy's running through the park, and they still shooting. I had to run, jump over the fence, and grab my son in the midst of the shooting. The shooters didn't know if I was coming for them or him. But when I grabbed my son, the shooting stopped. I could hear the bullets. And that's not the first time I heard that sound. So I was in very close proximity of them bullets hitting me. But I had to grab my child. And I checked him. I ran behind a tree. And the first thing, I ain't even checked me. The first thing I did was I checked him. Yes, I will definitely be on much, much earlier tomorrow. It was just a game time choice today that I was gonna go live. I was gonna wait the next week, but I keep saying next week. So I had to go live. But you have a safe night, girl, and I'm gonna definitely be up for you. I'm gonna definitely catch up to you. Shout out to my girl Angie, baby. I call her Angel, baby, because she's an angel, without a doubt. So when you got guys like and Chicago's a nice city. I've been there a couple times. Chicago's a nice city. But if you sitting on a stoop and you see King Vaughn walking down your damn block, 9 times out of 10, what are you gonna do? Allegedly, you're gonna go in your house, you're gonna lock your door, and you're gonna peek out your window because you don't know what the hell's getting ready to happen. And shout out to King Vaughn. I have no disrespect towards him. King Vaughn is a great lyricist. He was a great lyricist. You can understand every word he's saying, and he was rocking to the beat mighty well. But one mistake King Vaughn made, he couldn't keep his mind out the gutter. That's why guys like Lil Durk put him on in the first place. To take him out the streets. You take a guy out of Chi-Town, you take him to another city. So you're giving this man every opportunity to make a difference. King Vaughn could have made a difference, good or bad. So like I said, that autopsy, I know, shout out to King Vaughn's mother. She don't want to see her son autopsy up there. But in a lot of ways, it has to be. Because he's not the face of what not to do. He's the reason of why not to do it. He's the reason why you should not go that route. He's the reason because, once again, as I was growing up, your parents give you scare stories or why you should not go to jail. They had a TV show called Scared Straight, but they stopped showing it because the kids know that the prisoners can't hit them. They just come in your face. Boy, what you say? Boy, you in here? Boy, you gonna be mine, boy? But they can't touch him. But they just passing through for the day to be scared straight. King Vaughn photo represent real life why you should not go that route. If anybody want to call me, let me put my number. Let me see if my number's still up here. Y'all more than welcome to call if y'all want to call in and y'all want to talk about anything. I'm gonna put my old numbers in here, right? And that's just the way I feel. You know what I'm saying? King Vaughn autopsy photo should be the reason why you should not be in jail. So a lot of people saying Lil Tim did what he had to do. I agree in a way, but I disagree because I'm a King Vaughn fan. So I'm saying, no, that ain't right. But if that was somebody I love being attacked by King Vaughn, I would say Lil Tim did the right thing. And where was King Vaughn friends at? Everybody let the money man walk up and attack somebody else. Nobody said, Vaughn, don't do it, son. I'll take care of it. They let him do it. Where's all these older OGs at? Vaughn, don't do it, son. Don't do it. He had nobody to tell him no. I posted something earlier when he had a whole bunch of cash in his hands, and that was his last photo. Where's that money? Allegedly, they saying his friends robbed him after he passed away. His last words was, "Y'all let him get up on me." Somebody took that money out of his pockets. Did his mother get that money? Did somebody approach her? Mama, this is what he had. I would like to ask her that. What happened to the money that was in King Vaughn pockets after he lost his life? They showed his friends on the internet running in the house because his mother was coming. And if I'm not mistaken, I heard she said, don't let nobody in the house until she gets there. They show the people running in his house. They running in his house, snatching up whatever they could snatch up. Guys wearing tight clothes. You want to know why? Because they weigh more than King Vaughn. But they put his clothes on, so they trying to stretch the clothes out. They robbed him. His own man's, allegedly. I'm trying to put my number up here. There we go. If anybody care to call, you're more than welcome to. We can talk about this here. It's coming up right now. And if anybody want to cash at me to help me support the cause, I'll put that up there too. And I thank everybody for stopping in. It's one day at a time. I'm gonna have to build this here one day at a time. And this time I'm gonna do it by staying out of trouble, don't be beefing on YouTube and leave them people alone, man. Cause you don't grow. Bigger channels don't want to watch people destroy each other unless they watch you and laugh. They don't want no parts of you. They don't want you with them. Okay, let me see if I can put this up here. How you put it up there? Go right there. I haven't been on live in so long. I mean, for real, for real. Okay, here's my number. Let's see if I can get it up there. I got it. You can call me or you can cash at me if you want. And I'll be very, very thankful for that. And if you cash at me, let me know you did. Oh, there she go. There she go. Oh my God. Again. There we go. Okay, we got Philly Phil.
I just called to say, how about them Cowboys?
Philly Phil, you kicked my butt tonight real good.
America's team.
And PP's team.
You want to call us cowgirls, but I don't think we played like girls tonight, okay?
Y'all play like true men. Well, they play like true men. And they supported by a beautiful woman such as yourself.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I've been catching hell about my Cowboys. Let me tell you something. It don't matter what y'all say, I'm going to ride with my boys just like you're going to ride with your Giants. But, it was a good game. It is what it is. We got to play each other again, so you just never know.
You got me hot and under. Oh, I'm going to definitely talk junk then, too. Since I met you, we never beat y'all guys. Huh?
And we gonna whoop you again then too.
I believe you. The way y'all came to New York tonight and did what y'all did, I had to cut the game off, girl. I'm not gonna even lie to you.
Oh my goodness, you can't never give up on your team. You got to be strong.
Oh yeah, I was still tuning in, but I had to get ready to go live. Everybody, I want y'all to get on Eat with Philly Phil, the sweetest person on the YouTube streets.
Well, thank you, Nora, brother.
I love you, Phil. You know that.
I know you do. I know you do, and I appreciate you. Love you too. Well, I just want to call in and let you know I'm supporting you. Although we whooped y'all butt tonight, I got to get up at 5:30 and go to work. But
okay, babe.
Do what you do. I'm always support you and watch you. If
Thank you, Pete.
I catch the replays. Okay.
I'm gonna try to get on. I'm gonna try to get on here tomorrow, much earlier.
Okay. Hey, Nora, father.
Yes, ma'am.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys? I love you, Phil.
All right, love you too. Good night.
Good night, baby. That's Philly Phil, guys. A real sweet person. Yes, she is. I was talking junk to her all week. We gonna kick y'all butt. We gonna kick y'all butt. They did us dirty. Dirty. Hold on 1 second, guys. But like I said, it's gonna take some time. But I'm gonna build my channel one day at a time. First, I have to build my platform. You see how Philly Phil came on here tonight? Show me love. I gotta get more and more people like that. And don't blame nobody. All I gotta do is keep hitting it. And I really believe I'm gonna have a good time on here. But let's get back to this here story. I hate them Cowboys. Let's get back to this here. So you got people like Lil Tim, country boy from the South. Nobody heard of him. Nobody respected his name. Ooh, excuse me. Until him and King Von crossed paths for that last fatal time. Now everybody knows about Lil Tim now. Everybody knows about Lil Tim now. Everybody. And what they doing is they all of a sudden he's the hometown hero. And what happened that night? What happened that night was a hometown victory for the city of ATL. What happened when they acquitted him of all charges? That was a hometown decision for the city of ATL. Now, the city of Chicago that supports King Von, they in the uproar. Some people, we're gonna spend. We're gonna spend. Okay. I don't think they want to spend in that city. Maybe somebody will try. Maybe they won't. I'm talking from my hood sense now. The city of ATL is ready. If anybody spends in defense of King Von and they get caught by the damn law, the law is going to throw the book at them. I mean, throw the book at them. They're going to suffer in that prison and they're going to be in prison with a bunch of ATL people that's going to welcome them violently. See, you can't tear up your hometown. My parents always told me, you take care of where you come from. When I did my dirt, I never really did too much dirt in Brownsville. I probably kicked somebody's butt out here. They got on my damn nerves. Bing, bang, bing, boom. I gave it to them. But when I did dirt, I always went out of town and did dirt so I could come back home. When King Von went to ATL, he was supposed to, come on, you got a beautiful house. You far away from the hood now. You're not in the hood. You're not on them rat infested blocks and stuff like that. You ain't got to worry about somebody coming up on you. You coming up on them. You're not poor. You're not going to jail. You living. You got pockets full of money. You buying your mother a new home. You brought one of your friends a damn new house. You in a different world. They took King Von out the hood, but nobody could never take the hood out of King Von. He had a violent streak in him. And the more he made money, you could still see in his eyes that violent streak. Now you got money to go with that violent streak. Even when he got the girl, what's her name? Fucking the Asian doll. Even when he had her. I used to watch them too. He ain't know what to do with her because he was new to that. She in the limelight. These women is hustlers when they be in the limelight, man. She got a guy that never had a girl like her. When you speak of King Von and a girl, you speak of K.I. Look what he did to her. She lost her life, allegedly, at the hands of King Von. And he was a handsome young man, but he didn't know how to handle a pretty, hustling, successful woman like Asian doll. That's why sometimes it's good to bring the girl with you out the hood. But what they do with our young black stars is when they make it big, they meet one of them Hollywood type girls. And they become the Hollywood success story, like Steve Harvey. He met that little hustling girl. She put the pool 90 on him. And now she's suing him for half his stuff, 200 million. Banging his man and banging this one and that one and left the other guy for his damn cousin and had a child from the cousin, and the child don't look nothing like him. Nothing. So when poor young black men move on to success, aka new money, they meet these pretty chicks and they don't know what to do with them. See, that's the whole problem there. That's the whole problem. You see? So King Von didn't know what to do with that. He ain't know what to do. He's used to being on the block. Even at his success, he didn't know how to stay away from the trouble that was waiting for him. That's the problem. And eventually, what happened to him? He lost his life. You in court, little Dirk is in court. Y'all shooting at some guy from your hometown. Y'all got a beef with it, whatever. And God knows what else he was doing out there. But like I said, his friends allowed him to do that stuff. Ed OG, peace, man. Peace. You know, they allowed him to go out there and do his dirt. So all that leads up to the meeting with Quando Rondo at that truck. And what happens? Little Tim sneaks up on him. Boom! Ends his damn life. Just like that. Now, ATL didn't play fair with him at all. What they do? They take a picture of him and they put his autopsy up there. When you live that kind of life, that photo represents the reason why these young guys should not go out there and live that life of crime. That's what that photo represents. That photo represents the reason. King Von is the reason. That's what I say. I call that photo the reason. The reason. No, his mother don't want to see it. No, his kids don't want to look on the internet one day and damn see it. No. But his kids cannot grow up and live the way the father did. Look at the reason why. That photo is the reason why. Because it's a good chance this is how you're going to end up. I mean, we all go on that table one day. We all meet our day. But the reason why he met that day, the reason why that day came for him should be the reason why his kids or any other kid growing up should not follow his lead of living that life. If you're going to follow King Von's lead, follow the way he was making records. He was a damn good rapper. All this talent, wasted life. Now, the same numbers plus then some what King Von could have had on YouTube, he could have had millions of. Come on. Some of these guys making 40, 50,000 a month off of YouTube. King Vaughn's gone. So who's gonna make that money now? Lil Tim. That should be the reason why you should not live that life that way. The reason. That photo represents the reason. Lil Tim making all kind of records, left a stain off the damn list. All they gotta do is think about that night and write some raps. And he got 400,000 views. When he didn't have that much money before, shit, he got King Vaughn money now. People really have to think, man. People really have to think. You know, let that be the reason why my kids, your kids, should not follow King Von lead. The rap took him out the city of Chicago. You out the hood now. You ain't got to worry about seeing the rats running through the lots and, you know what I'm saying, the cops stopping you on every corner. You making money now. So what you do when you making money, you taking care of the people from old block. The same people you took care of, they robbed him after he lost his life. Allegedly. Again, I'm going to say it. Where was that money that was in King Vaughn's pockets the night he lost his life? Where was that money? Did somebody say, I'm going to give this to his moms? Whoever got that money, they put that money in their damn pockets. If I'm not mistaken, his mother said, don't let nobody in the house until she get out there. They showing the people running in the house. They hurrying the hell up before she comes. And when they ran in that house, they took whatever they could. These are the people that he was taking care of. So y'all cause a ruckus in y'all hometown. Y'all could take an up and coming rapper who was damn good in your hometown, FBG Duck. Allegedly, his crew took FBG Duck life. Y'all could take a person from your hometown because y'all not gonna let nobody get bigger than y'all. I'm leaning towards Lil Durk on this here. I'm not saying he's a suspect, but Lil Durk and King Vaughn. Nobody cannot get bigger than Lil Durk and King Vaughn. If they get bigger than them, they have to die. So you take the life of FBG Duck in your town, making your town unsafe for rappers, for people to live and dream. You see what I'm saying? People can't live and dream in your hometown for the fear, if not them, then somebody else in Chicago gonna take their life. Got a lot of up and coming rappers in Chicago coming up. And a lot of them, it's a long list, and I'm not gonna even mention. A lot of these guys lost their lives, man. Lost their lives while trying to live that dream of becoming an up and coming rapper. So Chicago not taking care of each other. They're killing each other before they reach that point. Chicago's a beautiful city, man. A lot of good people came from there. A lot of beautiful people still live there. But you always got to be on your toes, especially if you want to reach success. So you take your town and turn it into hell. Nobody is gonna let you come to their town and tear up their town. Like if I know you tear up your house, you think I'm gonna invite you over to mine? Gotta be crazy. You ain't coming over here. I see what you do to your own. If I see the way you treat your kids, you think I'm gonna let you be you know what I'm saying, around mine? If you don't love your own, you're not gonna love mine. I don't want you around me. It's that simple. So y'all gonna take ATL and y'all gonna turn into hell. Yeah, we taking over this town. That's a stand your ground statement. The most punkest person go in that store, come out with a damn gun, and if they have the opportunity to use it, come on, you could go in the store and come out with an assault rifle, man, and tear the whole damn town up with it. So ATL wasn't happy that Vaughn was in their town. So when they bring him back to Chicago, no funeral wanted to take him. No funeral. They're afraid people gonna come by and shoot up the damn place. Everybody know who this guy is. They ain't say, let me go on the internet and go check it out. They knew who he was. The mother couldn't even find a funeral parlor for him. Then when she found one, listen, we gotta do it the next day, right away. In and out. So y'all taking away Chicago's right to dream. These young guys growing up, oh, I want to be a rapper. Oh, I want to be a baseball player. They're scared to dream in their hometown because they feel like as they growing, somebody's gonna take their life. That's why I'm pushing for peace everywhere. I started saying Chicago need to find peace. So you got guys out there that's pushing for peace, and that's a good thing. Shout out to them guys who's trying. But that's Chicago. The first thing you gotta do in peace is you gotta stay the hell away from each other. Number one. Number two, you gotta push for it up on the internet. You gotta push for it from a distance. Cause a person can try to get close to you. Yeah, I'm gonna push for peace with you. I'm gonna push for peace with you. And they pushing for peace with you, but what they doing is they getting close to you until they could take you out of there. Yep. Get close enough to you where they could take your life. You can't trust Chicago for a lot of reasons. But shout out to Chicago. Don't get me wrong. Shout out to Chicago. Even nice places like Lakeshore Drive. Excuse me. All these places are not safe anymore. FBG Duck lost his life in the place where Oprah lives. All the big time stars. Obama even lives there. Allegedly, the FBI was already watching them. I always said the FBI will watch you. They'll watch you kill somebody and every damn thing. They get you when they come ready to get you. They had a street crime team in Cali years ago. When they was trying to catch a guy, they would actually follow him. They watch him sell crack. They watch him do everything. They watch him do crimes. They'll just follow him, and they'll wait for him to start shooting, and that's when they finally jump out and take your life. So they sitting on the corner. They watching you go to the store. They watching you do this. They watch you do that. You hiding from the cops, but they right there watching you. They wait for you to commit another crime. Their job is to finish you. Their job ain't to bring you back, lock you up again. Their job is to finish you. I compare that to the FBI. When John Gotti had Paul Castellano killed, the FBI was following him then. So they followed him all that time. You mean to tell me they didn't follow him when that crime happened? They were sitting somewhere watching it. In the car behind him, across the street from him. The FBI is no joke. They watched the guys run up the damn stairs, run back down, go to where FBG Duck was at, and they took his life. Soon as it happened, they already had plate. They already had the plate of the guys who was in the cars. They already had the information, but it took a long time to lock them up. They already had it. They wanted more. No, we're not gonna get them yet, but we're gonna get them. We want more. That make their job so much better. That makes their pay so much better. And that's what happened to King Von, Lil Tim and them. They waited for King Von. They knew he was coming. They knew what he was coming for. King Von, who's used to carrying guns, who's allegedly used to using them, is now out of town deciding to use his fist. Game over. He lost his life. I'm going to keep this one short. I'll be back tomorrow with more of King Von. This is a young man who did not have to lose his life the way he did. He had a second chance at life. King Von had a second chance at life from rags to riches. A beautiful, beautiful girlfriend. But she was more than what he actually bargained for. See, these young guys, they come from the streets. They come from being poor. When they get up there, they get them beautiful women that's already out there. So they not used to having them type women. They used to having the girlfriend around the damn corner and this and that. They get these chicks with money, these chicks that know how to hustle dudes. I always said woman is the best hustlers on this earth, man. Because they got the punani. They got the punani. And when you back home, it take months to get this girl. It take years to get that girl. With them type chicks, it only takes seconds for them to get you. That girl was well beyond his means, man. King Von wasn't used to having women of that stature. He had everything going for him, a success rap career booming. And I don't care what anybody say. He was even making Lil Durk jealous. But Lil Durk is still on top, while everybody else fell by the wayside. All the top rappers fell by the wayside. Lil Durk can't go to ATL and go out there and do what he did. People try to run up in his damn house. Him and this girl was shooting at them. They had to shoot their way out of that. But he can go back home and do all his dirt. He had a concert out there. What happened? They shot that sucker up. Not him, but the people that came to see him. Because all the gangs is meeting in there. Everybody who got beef was probably at that show that night. So when you start seeing people we got beef with, and these suckers had guns in there, like boom, boom, boom. My mother always said, and excuse my mouth, never shit where you eat. Chicago likes to shit where they eat. But when they took that act on the damn road, people shit it back. And that's a fact. He lost his life quick. Just like that. Lost his damn life. So now what? Now what? His kids don't have a father. Mother don't have a son. The people that took his life, they laughing and bragging. And their views is going. I never really heard of Quando Rondo. I mean, I heard of him, but I never paid Quando Rondo no mind until that happened. I'm not gonna say he lost his life to a nobody and made them a somebody, but that's kind of what happened. That's what happened. Lost his life to a nobody, basically. But Quando Rondo was a somebody. He was out there, but he wasn't like a YouTube name. I'm not going to even say a household name. He wasn't a YouTube name until that happened. Lil Tim wasn't a YouTube name until that happened. Lil Tim taking King Von's life made Lil Tim a YouTube name. If you look at his views now, this man got 400,000 views, 500,000 views. You know how much money YouTube sends him a month? People could retire and they get $100,000 check for putting in the time that they had on their damn job. When you get 400, 500 views, 500,000 views, and when you get million views, stuff like that, you're getting 100,000 a month. A month. They wasn't getting them views until King Von lost his life. King Von was getting them views, plus getting paid from rap shows, plus getting paid from being with Dirt. King Von was a millionaire. And he threw all of that away because where he shitted at home, he went somewhere else to shit. And he couldn't do it. They wouldn't let him do it. And them people in ATL knew exactly who King Von was. That's the major reason why Lil Tim was acquitted of all charges. ATL sending a message. If you come to my town and think you're going to get dirt, and think you're going to do dirt here, and if anything happens to you, we not going to care. He's acquitted. The person that leaked King Von's autopsy photo, he still has his job. Still has his job. Why? Because it's King Von. Anybody else, they would have fired that man and threw him out. But it's King Von. That's part of the smear campaign that the city of ATL did to King Von. They smeared him. They added insult to death. They didn't care. They didn't care at all. They was like, so, I don't care. I don't care. You have to protect yourself. And that's what they did. They protected themselves. To them, King Von was a major problem. So don't think I'm up here trying to smear him or trying to talk bad about him. Nah, I'm talking facts. Because he's the reason. That's what I call King Von. The reason. And defining why I call him the reason, he's the reason why you shouldn't do the things that will cause you to end up in the situation that he ended up in. He's the reason. That autopsy photo is the reason. Let that be a reminder before you grow up and be like King Vaughn. Take a look at that autopsy photo. You'll go back to school, study your books. Like, I ain't gonna end up like him. If you want to rap, rap. And yes, I'm pushing for peace. It starts with us older guys. We failed our younger kids. We failed them. We failed them. I mean, yes, I'm gonna say, even the parents, I took care of my kids. I took care of my kids. But we failed them. Because like boys in the hood, right? Instead of us trying to be, we want to be like Trey's father, that strong man. We want to be like Trey's father from Boys in the Hood, right? But we still running the streets like we Doughboy. We grown men running the streets like we 17, 18 years old. We still want to shoot at people. We want to beat people up instead of being home with our kids, teaching them, guiding them. Even if we taught them and got them, our kids watch us. I was still in the streets when my kids was growing, but my kids took me out the streets, so I wasn't in the streets as bad. But I was still kicking that tough stuff. So now when my kids want to go out now, or when my kids want to run wild now, I'm like, nah, you can't run wild because of this and that. They looking at me like, the kids looking at us parents like, because they watched us do it. Our kids watched us run wild. Even if we was home, I was home. I came home to my kids every night. But my kids watched me act like somebody I wasn't. 1 second, I want to be that strong father. But then they watching me running outside like I'm that teenager. We could have did a better job. We failed our kids. We didn't finish teaching our kids what they needed to be taught. Now they running wild now. All we gotta do, all we can do is pray. Pray our kids walk through that door the same way we walk through that door. I did a good job. Yeah, my kids, they all got their own place. I'm happy. But something is still missing. That strong backbone. We didn't do a good job being a strong backbone. Now you got parents sitting on YouTube now and they beefing with other content creators. And our kids watching the parents call the content creators all kind of B words and F you and this and that. And that's what you teaching your kids, to have that behavior just like you. But see, these kids, these days, they well in tune. The opportunity might come where the same thing you say to somebody else, your kids gonna say it to you. F you, dad. Nah, you can't be saying them words. I watched you growing up saying it. Why I can't say it? Who you think they got it from? You understand what I'm saying? Who you think they got it from? Mom and dad. But we telling them, no, you can't do it. When we was growing up, my parents, no, you can't puff weed. But our parents was puffing weed. You know, they ain't let us see it. We probably see a little joint in the ashtray sometimes. Like, well, what's that? So when we started puffing weed, no, you can't. Got to a point where they couldn't do nothing about it. All right, go ahead. Kids these days, their parents don't say nothing. Go ahead, smoke weed because that's the least of their worries. That's the least of their worries. We didn't teach our kids enough to live in this society. My son said something to me one time, and he's not a bad person. He went to college and everything. My son said something to me one time. He said, I taught myself. I said, what? Was he right? Was he right? This is stuff that we have to ask ourselves. But anyway, this is the Nod. This is the Nod. And I'm happy to be back live. Now it's time for me to build that platform one day at a time. One day at a time. I'm gonna be back because there's so much more that I could do with this King Vaughn thing. But it's not what you know, it's who you know. If I have the opportunity to know hundreds of people, a couple of thousands of people that can hear my story and get my story across, I'm gonna pray that it does happen. I want people to hear me. Sometimes you gotta talk to yourself before somebody else listens. King Vaughn, Lil Tim's story should be heard, and it's being heard all over the tube. That autopsy picture of King Vaughn has to be the reason why our kids stay on the right path. All they gotta do is look at that picture. These kids is highly smart, highly intelligent, highly. So they know it's up to us parents to help them channel that intelligence the right way so we can get the proper respect and credit that we deserve for that kind of guidance. Like I said, my he told me one day, I taught myself. I was ready to knock the hell out that boy. But I had to think about it. The guide, the guide to be a better parent is the parent's behavior. You can be a good parent. You go to work every day. You come home. You take care of your kids. You get them cash for school. That don't mean nothing. Once they go outside, they're in a whole new world. They're in a whole new world, whole new people who's gonna teach them different. Now they got a choice. Who are they gonna listen to? The streets or their parents? That's why we failed our kids. So our kids listen to the streets. You bought your kids the best sneakers, the best clothes. You did everything you could for your kids to be the best they can be. But the parents' behavior, oh F that, I'm gonna do this and that. Or I'm getting ready to shoot him and this and that. Or I'm gonna beat his ass. Or we coming home late, hanging out with other women. They see all that. They see all that. Believe me when I tell you, they see all that. The behavior of a parent is so important in guiding your kid, even if you're doing the right thing with your kid. The behavior of a parent is so important because you want that respect. You can get that respect when they 5, 10. I used to come in the house. My kids used to be on the couch waiting for me to walk through that door. Now they'll go to bed or they'll sit on that couch a whole different way until they fall asleep. They was waiting for me to walk through that door. Next day, I take them shopping. I get them cash for school. I did what I was supposed to do as far as that. But they sitting at that. They sitting on the couch waiting for you to walk through that door because they worried about you running the streets. Then sometimes you spend too much time with your kids. You got to give them some space too. Yeah, you do. Then you give their brain time to grow, time to decide. It's not what we do, it's how we do it. It's not what we did, it's how we did it. But our kids, I've raised some pretty good kids. But one thing I learned, they got a mind of their own. Not the mind I wanted them to have. They have a mind of their own. So when your kids hear you on YouTube all day cursing out the other people on YouTube and this and that, your kids sitting there watching them. They watching you. Then 10, 15 years from now, when they 15, 16, 17, when they start cursing like that, you be like, wait, you can't curse that way. Who they got it from? King Vaughn lost his father at a young age. He never got to spend the time with his father that he wanted to. Looked just like him. That made him into an angry young man. So by the time he was 12, 13, when somebody put a damn pistol in his hand, King Vaughn, like many, many others, realized people fear you more with a pistol than without it. But he learned he can use it. Then when he learned he could beat the system after using it, allegedly, he became cold blooded. So he running through the streets now. He know he can shoot this one, shoot that one. They accuse him of having killed this one, that one. He on YouTube. Oh, we gonna come for you. Oh yeah, you know he struck fear in people, especially with the YouTube thing. When I was growing up, they always said computers are gonna take over the world. They already have. You got YouTube, you got Facebook, you got Instagram. The rise of the machines, like Terminator 1, 2, 3, but they had this big killing machine coming shooting everybody up and this and that. It's different. We ain't got that running the street now. You know what we got running the street? We got YouTube running the street. YouTube is the streets. Facebook is the streets. Instagram is the streets. The computers have risen. Rise of the machines. I want everybody to have a good night. I'm gonna definitely be back. I definitely want to build a platform. I like to thank all the people that stopped by. Soon we're gonna have more. But it starts with me. I gotta build that platform. And I will. Until then, y'all have a good night. We're gonna be back on here tomorrow. We're gonna do this again. We definitely gonna do this again. I'm enjoying myself every which way possible right now. I'm enjoying it. And I like to thank everybody for stopping by. You know what I mean? To tomorrow, I'm gonna be on just a little bit earlier. Then people will help me build the platform with the cash apps and calling in. We be talking. We gonna build this. I'm gonna build this up. No more breaks. No more nothing. It's time to build the platform. Get the right people. Build the right relationships where people will support you. I love you all. Trust me when I tell you. The know about to be out. Everybody get that proper rest. Whoops, excuse me, y'all. Get that proper rest. Back to work tomorrow. Peace. Shout out to King Vaughn. Rest in peace. Cold Pepsi. Hello, sir. I've been listening. Thank you. You keep doing what you're doing. That was great. Oh, thank you. Ah, definitely subscribe. Definitely come back. Build the platform one day at a time. Thank you. That was very inspiring. Cold Pepsi. Shout out to you. I love that. Rest in peace to King Von. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button, guys. You gotta definitely hit that.